Good evening and welcome to tonight's regional news. Thousands of teachers heeded the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association's tutor blackout call on Thursday and stayed away from virtual classes. The blackout impacted mostly government primary and secondary schools, with the Ministry of Education reporting a 44% turnout of teachers. Many schools run by religious boards were unaffected by the protest action, according to parents. Tuta on Wednesday urged teachers to engage in a blackout day, Thursday and on October 5, which is a day after schools physically open for fully vaccinated pupils in forms 4 to 6. Tuta on Wednesday urged teachers to engage in a blackout day Thursday and on October 5, which is a day after schools physically reopen for fully vaccinated pupils in forms 4 to 6. The action, the union stated, was taken due to the ministry's refusal to discuss the way forward regarding the safe reopening of schools. Disregard for Tuta's views around the issue, refusal to start salary negotiations for teachers on the same salary since 2012, outstanding incremental arrears, primary school teachers working for over 10 years and not being upgraded, vacancies in the teaching service not being filled, insufficient infrastructure to support the ministry's decision of physical and virtual teaching simultaneously, and increased expense of teachers in using personal Wi-Fi service with no reflection of this in their salaries. In St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Cabinet of St. Vincent and the Grenadines has decided that teachers should be included under the category of frontline workers. Under the Public Health Amendment Act 2021, frontline workers are expected to get vaccinated against COVID-19. The Prime Minister said he expects by next week, Wednesday, a decision will be taken for the publication of statutory rule and order. Bermuda's Chief Medical Officer, CMO Dr. Ayo Oyenloye, has said some healthcare professionals are perpetuating myths that home remedies are able to treat the coronavirus pandemic, which has claimed the lives of more than 70 people on the island. Oyenloye revealed that some in the medical professional were endorsing a, quote, cocktail of home remedies, end of quote, and medicines such as ivermectin over visiting their doctors or the hospital's emergency room for treatment. I quote, "We do have evidence that some health professionals are perpetrating some of these myths in our society. Please remember your oath to first do no harm," end of quote. 10 new fatalities have taken the island's coronavirus death toll to 72, with 38 of them in September. And finally, internationally, murder charges were dismissed Thursday against a man who spent 15 years in prison for the fire-related deaths of 5 children in suburban Detroit, the climax of an investigation that found misconduct by police and prosecutors. Juwan Deering will not face a second trial, Oakland County prosecutor Karen McDonald said. A judge granted her request to close the case a week after Deering's convictions and life sentences were thrown out at her urging. Deering, 50, walked into court shackled at the waist but departed as a free man with no restraints. I quote, "It's been a hard uphill battle. The sun couldn't shine on not a brighter day," end of quote. Deering said moments later as family members clung to him and other Detroit area men exonerated of crimes stood nearby. Deering praised the new prosecutor for her exceptional work. McDonald took a fresh look at Deering's case at the request of the University of Michigan Law School's Innocence Clinic. Favorable evidence, including statements by a fire survivor, was not shared with his defense lawyer before the 2006 trial, and jurors did not know that jail informants were given significant benefits for their testimony against Deering, McDonald said. Deering has insisted he was innocent in a fire that killed children in his neighborhood in Royal Oak Township in 2000. No one could identify him as being at the house. He could be eligible for more than $700,000 from the state. That was all for tonight's regional news. Thank you for joining.